Take 775?
No, take 3. Beep.
Hi everybody, welcome. You didn't
Jingle
like that.
around the Josie.
Hi everybody and welcome back to our channel. We're Eamon and Beck and we've been traveling for over 6 years together. Most recently we've been living in this self-converted Sprinter van, traveling across North America, and one of our most frequently asked questions, we get it all the time, is how do you travel and live and work and be with your partner 24/7? So?
I'm just very patient, I guess.
Oh my gosh. That's what you think, huh, buddy?
Yeah, no, it's something we've been getting a lot recently, but also even when we were backpacking, just like traveling, how do you do it? How do you spend so much time with your partner?
We've been together for 6 years, so it feels like, oh, we just work. We're a great team.
Yeah.
And we are, and I think that that's probably the tip number one, is like picking a great partner that
Definitely.
you want to make sacrifices and compromises for.
This video is a little different than what we normally do, but hopefully we can add some value. If you're thinking about going traveling with your partner or moving into a van or a tiny house, let's jump into it.
Let's do it! The number one most important thing, especially for Eamon and I, is not to let hanger happen. Hangry is a bad look on the two of us.
Even like mild hunger is like right away granola bar. You know, that will solve a lot of issues.
If you guys have been following us for a while, you see that we are constantly eating, and we're actually asked a lot, what percentage of your day is made up of cooking, eating, and cleaning? And it's a huge part of our lives. A, because we love it and we love cooking and experimenting in the kitchen, but also otherwise we'd go crazy.
Yeah. So super important that, like with our own relationship, if we're starting to tiff, we can tell right away. It's like, how long ago was it before we ate? So super important to have snacks on you, especially if you're backpacking and you might be on a long bus. Just being prepared ahead of time with food, so you're not ripping each other's face off.
I think the only time you and I actually even tiff, I wouldn't say we fight, but when we're kind of bickering, it's always related to food. And the funniest part is we'll be like, I think you're hungry. And then the other one is
I'm not hungry.
He's like, I'm not hungry.
I'm not hungry.
But you're always hungry, so just stay well fed. We always have snacks in every backpack. You always make fun of me because my backpack is never clean. Like I'll have a half-eaten Cliff Bar in there somewhere, just because I know the importance of staying well fed. Number 2, some things just aren't romantic, or at least the way the word romance is used in storybooks and movies and all that kind of jazz. Pooping and having traveler's diarrhea and the other one's throwing up and you're using the toilet, it's not romantic to a lot of people, but to us, that's romance, isn't it, buddy?
Holding your hair. I think it's romantic.
It is kind of romantic.
In the moment, it's not. Like, you're not thinking about that while you're doing it. It's
for
like,
sure.
Oh my God,
this is so romantic.
This is beautiful.
No,
but you look back on it, it's like, wow, that was like really early on in our relationship.
Team bonding in a way. You know you have each other's backs. You know you can be comfortable with one another. And it's just about getting rid of this idea of this super romantic getaway. And I think that we've talked about it before, but of course on Instagram, if you look into tiny houses or van life, you're gonna see the best snippets of someone's life. And we do that, of course, because it's a visual highlight of your day. But you have to remember, between all of that, there's the stress of trying to find where to park, the stress of where you're gonna go to the toilet in the morning.
So it's just knowing that, it's not all butterflies and roses.
Well, I think that leads us really nicely into point number 3, which is managing your expectations.
Yeah.
So a lot of us aren't J-Lo and these super billionaire type people who are going on vacations.
J-Lo,
and
huh?
I don't know, she just came to my head. Who would you say?
Kardashians?
Sure, the Kardashians. They've got porters or whatever you want to call them, taking their suitcases around for them. That's not everyday travel. That's not tiny living with a partner. And I think it's about managing those expectations and understanding what the reality of it all is going to be. And I think that's what you and I tried to do a lot with our vlogs on this channel, is show you guys what it's like when you're sick in the van and it really sucks.
Just know that, there's gonna be downs, and when you are down, ride it out. You realize that this is going to be a crappy moment and get through it.
Another really key point about managing expectations that's really helped me, and then in turn our relationship, is the expectation of going to a place and thinking it's going to look exactly like that Instagram photo I saw. So early on in our relationship, we'd be in Thailand and I would see a photo somewhere and think, oh my gosh, that is so beautiful, I want to go there, and it looks pristine and the water is aqua blue and there's nobody there, and then you arrive and there's people everywhere, it's so hot, you can't actually get in the water,
or you can't get the right photo because you don't have the right ND filter, or they had like a light set up. You never know, right? You're seeing a photo and you're thinking, oh man, I want to recreate that moment.
Yes.
It's never going to be the same.
Exactly. And so now what I do is I go into the moment completely expectationless, and I'm open to exploring different places without having any idea or itinerary of what that means.
So the tip number 4 that we have for you is find and travel with your tribe. So basically what that means is it's okay to go and expand the crew. And I think I would encourage it because obviously you want to spend time with your partner, but by increasing the squad, you're allowing more people and more personalities into the dynamic, which creates a stronger bond between you and your partner, but also might take a little pressure off of entertaining each other. So being open to inviting new people over or hanging out with new people is a really positive thing.
It helps you really appreciate your partner when you are just back the two of you. If you never hang out with anyone else and it's just the two of you all the time, the little things will start building up. But if you have a tribe for a weekend and then you spend a week together, it's so awesome when it's just the two of you again.
It's so true. It's such a good point.
You really appreciate each other. Dividing your responsibilities and respecting the roles that come with those responsibilities, and not nagging on the other one when they're doing that role. If Eamon's cooking, there really isn't a space for me to necessarily be in the kitchen helping him at all times. If there is room for it and I'll pop down this table, I'll totally help him cook. But at the same time, it's like, I totally respect that you're in the kitchen right now, you need the space to do that, so then I will then do the dishes.
Number 6 is super important, money. Money can be a very difficult conversation, but it's super important to keep track of it, but be fair. What we recommend is if you are going to travel with your partner, you're going to split the cost 50-50. There's really no other way we see it working. When we started traveling just as friends, obviously we would, buy each other little things here and there, but when our relationship started developing a little bit further, it was too difficult to say, hey babe, I bought you dinner last night, you buy me dinner. And don't penny pinch. That's when you're going to get into a lot of serious issues. Money makes people weird. So what we recommend is putting money into one account and then just paying for everything from that account.
Like each putting in the same amount. So say it's $100. You put in 100, I put in 100.
So the count is 200 bucks.
Yeah.
And then you spend your money, you buy your coffee, you do your thing, and you replenish the account.
Number 7 is to let it go. Let it go, guys.
Let it go.
Let it go.
Let
Inhale.
it go.
What
are we letting go?
Go. Anything and everything, to be honest. If you guys have had a little bit of a tiff, say, hey, I didn't like that you did that. The other person says, I understand and I'm sorry, and then don't bring it up again.
At the end of the day, this little thing is not going to affect our lives. Our relationship is much bigger than this. So what's the point of dwelling on it? But talk about it. Don't just like sit there quietly driving down the road like, I'm not going to attack. Talk about it. Get it all out. Yell at each other if you need to, and then let it go. Number 8, this is a big one, compromise. So basically, pretty obvious, but when you're traveling, everybody has their own interests. Obviously, you have common interests, that's why you're in a relationship. But outside of that, if you've got, one Saturday left within your travels, choose an activity that you're gonna like in the morning, and then choose an activity that she might like in the afternoon. And understand that that's okay. So for me, if I want to rent a motorcycle and drive around an island, that's cool. But maybe we will go and get a pedicure for Beck on the route. That's a great way to push yourself outside of your comfort level. So for example, like Beck would never have driven a motorcycle, but now she kind of likes it.
I actually end up having so much fun, and I think that's such a good point, is you've pushed me outside of my comfort level, and I do things that I wouldn't normally do. But I end up enjoying them so much. And the things
Same with me, I'm addicted to pedicures now. I love them.
Number 9 is to communicate and always be honest with one another. And that sounds, of course, like a no-brainer, but I think it's something that you and I have really been growing and learning as we continue our relationship.
Last one, which we kind of touched on, but take time to yourself. It's super important that you're not with each other 100% of the day or 100% of the week or 100% of the month. regardless of how strong your relationship is, it will crumble. And take time to go for a walk by yourself, or I don't go for haircuts, but you know, go for a haircut. Whatever it is.
Yeah, it's weird that you said that it's gonna crumble, because I actually think that you and I spend 23.57 together.
Yeah, but I mean, I'll still go for a boosted ride.
Yeah.
And like, that's enough for me. Like 10 minutes riding around the city.
Yeah.
And then I'll come back and be like, hey babe, I met this random dude, blah, blah.
Yeah.
You'll have more to talk about.
Yeah.
And it just, I think it does make your relationship stronger.
Yeah.
And whether that's a hobby or something you do, I feel like this whole list applies to like more than just travel.
Absolutely, it does, but I think everything is amplified when you travel. Hopefully these tips helped you in some way. Just prepare and communicate better, or whatever it is. I hope that this helped. Did this help?
Let us know in the comments below.
If it did help you and you enjoyed the video, we would love for you guys to subscribe to our channel. It's growing and we're so excited by that. So please join the community. Let us know if you have any questions in the comments below. If you want to get to know Eamon and I more, we are podcasting right now. A little cheeky plug for that.
Every single Monday.
Every single Monday. And we get so much deeper into all of these kind of topics because it's a really great platform to just chat and tell you guys stories about our life. So we've done quite a few episodes now. You can check that out. It'll be linked in the description. And that's it. That's all she wrote. You got anything
Happy
to say?
travels, guys.
Yes.
Remember, overall, traveling with your partner will strengthen your relationship.
Totally.
So we encourage you to try it. Maybe if you've never done it, go for a weekend. You know, go to a neighboring town and get an Airbnb or whatever it is. Start small.
Rent a camper van.
Yeah. Start small, but at the end of the day, it will bring you closer.
Yes. Okay.
Peace out. Safe travels. The harder you work, the harder you play. So get working.
Woo!